So we stayed at the shrimp cottage in Polruan, and we're going to take a little look around the cottage itself and the area. The first couple of pictures show some older shots. The one with the arrow on it actually shows the cottage that we stayed in. It was quite small, but very well appointed. Here we got some pictures of flowers on the wall just up the road. It's just a nice little scene breaker, and I'll use it for a longer compilation DVD. Here we're walking along West Street, obviously heading west towards the blockhouse end of Polruan. You can see the road's pretty narrow. You can get a narrow car up here, and I think probably there's a few people that drive little like Suzuki vans, which are pretty small, about the size of an old Reliant Robin in width, I should imagine. But anything bigger than that, and it'd be a bit of a risk, I think, of scraping the side or touching the wall. Every so often you get little glimpses across the river and to little hidden scenes that you wouldn't normally see. Walking with a camera is always a problematic thing. I've tried to use some kind of Steadicam and also use software to smooth things out. Hopefully it's not too jerky. As you can see there, we're looking across the other side at Fowey. It's quite a nice sunny day. It's a day we turned up on, and nice and warm. Other people out enjoying the area. It's a complete mixed bag of properties over this side of the river, which is quite nice. It sort of adds character to the town, the village, whatever you want to call it. As you can see, the Cornish stone there and the cement work. Some lovely properties here. Obviously some big money's been spent. Looking back upstream, back over to the main hub. As you can see, more stone cottages, different renders on them. It's one thing I sort of look at now is the renders of apply to cottages. Some of them have got the sort of traditional side of it, and some of them have got the more modern take on things. It's a good 200 to 300 yards of walking, I guess. A little bit of uphill, but not too bad. Hear the gulls squawking in the background. As I say, every so often you sort of go past a house and suddenly see a new sort of type of view. I think there we've just gone past the old church, which is now private residence. Moving on further up West Street, more terraced houses. As you can see, it's very narrow here. You wouldn't want to be doing more than 2 or 3 miles an hour if you were in a car. Here we are at the corner that you would normally drive in. You would sort of drive down that hill. They tell you to sort of drive around the corner and then reverse up into this little spot here. It's very tight. I could just about manage to get a Honda Jazz through there. I know there's been a van through there while we were staying there as well, but that's about as far as you can go. The road sort of ends at this point, and there's actually a plaque on the wall which says that just on the right there. You can see a big house on the left. That was or has been redeveloped. It's very, very, very nice. They're just doing the garden at the moment. And you can see some of the view it gets there, right out through the mouth of the river. We just pass along down the hill. This building here is the one we're staying in. This is actually Shrimp Cottage, just on our left. And there we go. We pop through the door. As I say, it's a very well appointed property. It's got some nice fixtures and fittings. The only thing perhaps is the sofa was a little bit hard, but then it does get a lot of people using the cottage. A nicely appointed kitchen, that was very clean. Dishwasher there as well, fridge on the left. View from the kitchen window looks up out towards the St Austell Bay. You can see there the double doors opening out onto a small patio area. The bedroom on the left there is a double. Just through that door in front is ensuite sort of shower and wet room. I say you've got double doors in here as well, which open onto the patio too. So in the morning you get a good view. The windows are all wood double glazed modern units, so they're soundproofed quite well. And here we go, we're now looking outside, looking upstream. As you can see, there's a couple of properties down below us. They're right on the water level, so they get a nice view as well. And as we pan around now, you can see part of the old fort blockhouse, and then we're out onto the patio area. And so we've got a view out towards St Austell Bay, just over the left there, just by the big house we looked at and passed by. Then behind us we have a view up the river as well. Shrimp Cottage does come with a small garden a bit further down. So that's just like a grass area right by the base of the fort. It's just to the right of that tree you see in the picture there. There we go. We can just see just at the bottom of the picture there where that light is. There's actually a small garden area down there. We'll see it a bit more in a second. There we go. Another still view of the patio area. There was some seating there, certainly enough for us. I think up to about 4 people can sit out there quite comfortably, possibly even 6. And then you see down the bottom there by the fence, that's a little garden area which has a view straight out to sea, really. And here's a slightly wider angle view of the view. Like I say, we had lovely weather, and the sea actually is that colour, sort of a deep aquamarine bluey colour. There are plenty of little sailboats going up and down the river. Here's a view looking back at the cottage with the 2 sliding doors. And from the patio area, if you looked upstream, you've got a view up to the Fowey itself. There's a view looking back towards the town. You've got the red valerian, which seems to be in abundance this year. Plenty of boats in the harbour, or the estuary I should say. And in the garden you've got a few little flowers which were coming out this time of year. We were mid-June, so the hydrangea just coming into flower there. Not sure what this one was called, but it was very deep blue and the bees seemed to love it. And again, another view down towards the bottom of the garden. The gate there you see you couldn't actually use. That was in too poor a condition and actually led onto the rocks, so it wasn't really safe if you had younger members in your party. This is a view down by the fort itself, looking out across the estuary. Oh dear, who's that? That's a fat man in Cornwall. And there's a little pleasure boat going upstream. Quite a few of them going out on different day trips off to Polruan, the larger ones heading off towards Mevagissey. As you can see, the sun glinting on the river there. Very picturesque scene, very relaxing, but equally more than just a pleasure destination, is also a working estuary as well. And again, we're looking back up towards Fowey itself. Just on the left there, right by the water's edge, is where the ferry usually docks. But a bit further up is the town quay, and early and late in the day it actually pours into that area. And that kind of concludes our whiz round of Shrimp Cottage in Polruan.